What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of what is the name of our podcast? I should have thought of that before I said it. A new roadmap to real estate with
Coaching
Jen,
by Kuzi? No.
is that? Oh yeah, it does help the Coaching by Kuzi program. But I'm Chris Cusimano, and then we're joined by who are you?
Jen Konikoff.
Alex Mandel.
With one X. That's right. So we were actually chit chatting before. She's Jen with one N. You're
Took me a
Alex with
second.
one X.
Yeah, I got it. After a moment.
Slightly delayed.
He's like, what? So we were actually talking about something interesting before we hit record. I'm like, let's talk about that now. So just before we went on, like literally just now, I got a call for someone who wants to sell their property. And actually, well, we're a little late recording because Jen has some tech issues, but good thing, Jen, you did, because we got another listing.
Yeah.
And I took the call.
It was all part of my big scheme.
It was your big scheme.
Mm-hmm.
I got to turn your volume up, though. You're kind of low on my end. But anyway, so I took the call and I converted to a listing appointment. And our boy Alex was listening in. He was like, "Good job. How'd she find you?" And she was actually we at the Homes by Kuzi team pay for very few leads, but one lead source we do pay for is Google Lead Services. Because they're, if you think about it, if people are Googling realtor and they're clicking realtor and they're calling you, that's motivation right there. It's not
That's probably one of the hottest leads you can get.
They're great leads.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were talking about what you were saying, Alex, that so Google Lead Services, there's a platform where they tell you, it's like a CRM. They tell you where the leads came from. They tell you who the lead is, the information, the recording of the call. Then also you could dispute the leads in there if it's not something you felt like a spam or call or something like that. But Alex was saying something interesting about his Google Lead Service account. What is that?
So you can actually check off what type of leads you do and don't want, what areas you do and don't want, which is nice because if you want to focus on just Boca Raton, if you want to focus just in Palm Beach Gardens, whatever, you can say these are the only leads that I want. And I don't have rentals checked off, and that's all I get. It's annoying, but you know what? Whatever. If they're outside of what I'm comfortable spending my time on, I'll just give that lead to one of the newer agents in the office, and I don't ask for a referral fee. That way, hopefully, if I need a showing agent or somebody to cover me, they'll do that.
There's a lot to unpack here, Alex. So a couple things. Why don't you take rental leads?
I take rental leads.
He's selective on his.
I'm selective. So I believe that I make X amount per year, and if I average that out over 40 hours a week, I know what my hourly rate is. So if it doesn't align with that hourly rate, then I will refer it to somebody else who may need some more deals under their belt to get to our level. So I don't just say I can't help you. I say, of course I can help you. I want to help everybody. And I just help other agents in the office. I never ask for a referral fee because they're not making a lot. I just hope that they'll give it back if I ask them for help for something. If I ask them to go show my buyers or go to an appraisal for me, if I can't be at two places at once. So that's that.
Awesome. I think it's awesome too, though. You hit the fact that you never say no to anybody who's seeking your help. That is prime time, great professionalism, because they're coming to you as the professional looking for help. It may not align with what you are, what your big picture is, but you are still there as a resource for them. And then you're also doing a double wham because you're also giving out the newer agents experience, because although it is a rental, it's still experience and it's valuable.
I wish I had somebody like me when I was getting into the business. It's true.
I'm with you. Yeah, because
it's a cutthroat business.
Any experience at the beginning when you just got your license, you're like, I hung my license here. What do I do next?
Yep.
That's having any bit of resource, from somebody giving you the, hey, you want to take this rental, to even shadowing you. I feel like you hit it on the head there. Resource, shadowing, assistance, good stuff. You're a nice guy, Alex.
He is a nice guy.
Sometimes
it is a weird dilemma when we're talking about rentals, is because we are in the business of trying to help people. At the same time, we also have an ROI to protect. But on the same time, you never know if that rental person can turn into a lifelong client or a future business or a raving fan or something to that effect. It's this weird balance that you kind of have to strike. It's when the rental leads come in and they are very wishy-washy and demanding and
Or unrealistic.
And you can't have a conversation with them. Then those, I'm like, you know what? I want to help you, but you're not letting me help you, and I'm not getting paid to help you, so I can't help you. So in that aspect, right? But I want to tell you something, Alex. So you're still getting charged. So here's the thing: when those leads came from that lead service, Google Lead Services or rental leads, I was not checking in my account and disputing them. That's one.
The thing is,
go ahead.
For me, which is what this whole thing started, is they're not even in my account for me to dispute. And if I click on a button in Google from like the email that I get from them that say, hey, you just, got this lead that you probably connected with, it goes to an error page.
Oh.
Are you sure you're logged in with the right Google account?
Yeah. I have it all. My Alex Mandel Holmes email or Mandel Group email is just that. So I have it all sectioned off. So
all right, well, just check your bill.
Yeah,
I trust me. I do check because number one, I made my budget like $2,000 a week. So and you're the way that for people that don't know, you set a weekly budget for how many leads you're going to get and how much you're willing to spend to get those leads. I don't know what the algorithm is or how they account for it. But you can, if you get X amount of leads and for 1 week, you can just turn it off and then you won't get charged. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
So I don't know. I'll dispute them off if I get that bill.
Yeah, well, for us, I wasn't paying attention for a while. I'll be honest, because I was just overloaded with everything, especially after baby was born, before she was in daycare. And then I started really paying attention and listening to these leads I was getting charged for. And here's the thing: what they're charging for, sometimes it was so. Here, if we just do the numbers, let's just do the analytics. It's about $200 ish per lead that comes in ish, and if you have a bunch of rental leads that don't convert, and let's say you have one, let's say you get 10 rental leads, so you've paid, what is that, $2,000, right? And then one converts and you made 1,800, you lost $200 and all that time and energy, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is on these leads, what
Just double checking right now.
Yeah, you better. What I realized was, like what I was saying is this on the phone. I was like, listen, I don't personally handle the leases anymore, but I know someone else that does. And then I'll give it to someone on our team, but then they still started charging me for that so now I just have to say flat out, no, I don't do rentals, you know, or they'll charge me because they listen into those calls.
Yeah, thank God. Still says nothing.
Oh, good for you. I would toggle your Google accounts just to be safe.
You would, or you would talk to Google?
No. I'm saying I would change my Google.
Yeah. I'm looking at all my email addresses that are tied to. Yeah, but I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, but if you're only getting the rental leads,
that's not true. I got the listing that Chris and I competed on.
Oh, we're going there this early, huh?
Yeah, it's a great segue.
Google is a wonderful
let's talk about it. I called Jennifer randomly and I'm like, I gotta tell you something. And she's like, what? I'm like, oh God. I'm like, I know you're busy. I'm busy. I can't, I have a guilty conscience. Basically, I need to talk to you about something. She's like, what? And I was like, I just got a listing from Alex Mandel? I'm like, yeah. Oh, someone's printed something. Great timing, guys. Print. Yeah, go ahead, print. So anyways,
no. What happened?
I'll tell you my side of the story, and then Alex with 1X, he can tell his. But basically, a Google Lead Service, another one. Actually, no, mine was an organic Google. She didn't get me from Google Lead Services, but a Google call came in, and she had me come over we did a list appointment. I did a pre-listing video. She loved it. She wants to talk in person. I was like, okay, great. And I go there and we do the whole thing. And she had her and her friend there. She wanted to sign, but her friend didn't let her. I'm like, smart, don't sign. She goes, I have to be honest with you. I'm interviewing other people. and the thing I always say is this: good, you should interview a lot of people. It just makes me look even better when you see what else is out there. That's like my joke. And anyways, so she started laughing, blah 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 blah, and then she called me. I don't know what day it was, 2 or 3 days later, and then I was in Lowe's, and because she cost me 10 grand already. That's another story. But I'm in Lowe's on the phone with her, and she's like, "You got the listing." I'm like, "Oh, fantastic, that's great." She goes, "Now I got to call Alex." I'm like, "Who's Alex?" She's like, "Oh, the other guy that I was interviewing. There was Alex and Larry." I'm like, hold on. And then I was taken back because those two names. She found me on Google, and these guys both are on Google. Like we're always like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and I'm like, "Alex who?" She goes, "Oh, he knows you. He says you're friends, and he speaks really highly of you." Like Alex Mandel, the guy I do podcasts with. She goes, "You do a podcast with him?" I'm like, "And he's in my
I said
training."
that to her. She wasn't listening. God damn it.
And she's like, "I'm like, and he's in my training." And I'm like, if you're uncomfortable with it, I'm totally uncomfortable with it, but I will tell him on the podcast. She started laughing.
When he told me that part, I said, "Don't you dare."
Well, I
will not be a part of this.
Hold on. Let me finish my last point of this. I want to make one last point of all of this. And then I'll tell you how she cost me 10 grand after you tell me your story. Mm-hmm. So when I found out it was you, I am not a competitive, greedy guy in that way. I was like, I care more about friendships and relationships than I do about a listing and winning, quote unquote, which isn't winning. So I said to her, I was like, "Can I just do this with him?" And she goes, "Why would you do that? Why would you split the money?" And I just would like to work with him on this because he came, has a family like I do. Great guy. There's not too many people I'll do that with. And then she said no. But I tried to split this with you. And I did not know I was competing with you until after I already got the listing, to be fair.
Okay. Well, I knew at the listing appointment. Shut up. At the listing appointment. So here's how I found out that it was you. So I also do a video, but mine is pre-recorded. I have this pre-listing box that has all my information. In the lid of the pre-listing box, there's a label with a QR code and me pointing to it and like 5 steps of what you should do and how to kind of go through the pre-listing box. And you scan the QR code. There's a 9-minute video, which I'm redoing to make it 4 minutes. As I've come to find out, it might be a little bit too long. Too much fluff. And she said, great video. She loved it. The other guy did a video too, but his kept freezing at the bottom. So she's like, she's like, all I could see was this.
Yeah, she said my face kept freezing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. Who was the other agent? What company was he with? She's like, I don't remember. What company are you with? I said, Keller Williams.
That's why she texted me. Oh, sorry.
Asking you what company you're with?
I know the exact time. I know exactly. I was picking up my kids from daycare, and she wrote, "Who are you with?" And I wrote, "Currently my wife."
What time?
It was like 5:00, and she wrote, "LOL. No, who are you with, company wise?" I'm like, I know. I was kidding. Keller Williams.
Yeah. So I'm like, was it Chris Cusimano? She's like, yeah. How do you know? I'm like, oh, we're friends. He's a great agent. If it's between us, if it's between us, it's gonna be really difficult. And I said we were on a podcast, but I mumble sometimes, so maybe she didn't understand. And then I asked her who the other agent was, and I knew who the other agent was. He was also a great agent. I said they were all great. One thing that I discovered is don't talk bad about other people. It'll actually make you look worse.
Never, ever.
Yeah. There's agents that will like, oh, I sell more than them. Oh, they don't know this.
Oh,
blah, blah, blah.
they suck and they'll lie to you.
Yeah. You can only sell yourself. You can't tarnish other people because people don't like that.
They'll remember you tarnishing somebody else's reputation, and that'll leave a sour taste. It's just so unprofessional. I mean, you may feel it and you know it.
Yeah.
If you're good at what you do and you're confident in what you do, then you don't need to speak poorly about other people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's no benefit of doing so. It just makes you look petty.
Yeah, your work speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
So how did it end, Alex? I'm very curious.
So I thought I had it. I was like, I can't wait to dunk on Chris. I was like, I got this.
So, look at the difference in the contract. I feel bad and I want to split it with him. He wants to dunk on me and put his.
Well, you're the one that always talks about how much money they make in your coaching. Every time I do, I'm like, all right, I want to be there. So yeah,
And
I
by
would
the
have
way,
given you.
oh, go ahead.
No, I said I would have given you a nice loser's gift.
Would you give me a box with a listing presentation in it? Like,
Yeah,
on this.
I would have given you 30 minutes of my time.
I want to talk about when I talk about income in the training for a second, because that is the most awkward thing that I do. But when
It
I
works.
when I wasn't doing it, when I was coached into just trying it one time, and I would do it, and I saw the reaction on people's faces, and then they were in.
It's a part of the credibility, right? Like, why is this guy in front of me? Why should I be listening?
Why
to
should I
him?
listen to him?
Why should I listen? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I
did this.
I did this. This is
every single year.
Don't you want to be a part of this nice little bracket?
Have you ever seen the movie Boiler Room?
No.
So it was a movie from the No, it's a movie from the 90s about Wall Street. And Ben Affleck's in it, Giovanni Ribisi, pre-Fast and the Furious Vin Diesel. Yeah, so him in a suit. Yeah. So Ben Affleck is this huge Wall Street guy, and he's in a conference room full of all these trainees getting paid $300 a week. And the first thing he does is throw his Ferrari keys onto the table. And that's it. And that's all you have to do. It's like, you want to be like me? You want this Ferrari? Just listen to what I say. It's the same people that flex on Instagram. You know, they rent these Lambos and say, look what I got. Now buy my course. Now, Chris doesn't have the Lambo, but he does have, the time that he can spend with his family, which is more important for you.
I would never even buy a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
But that's who you are. There's a lot of people that are very materialistic.
Yeah, that's personal.
I drive a paid-off Chevy Traverse with dents in it, and sometimes it doesn't even go click into park. You have to hit the thing and the stick, and it clicks into park.
You still have to look back just to reverse. You don't have a camera.
Yeah.
Ew.
Chris, you probably do that even if you had the camera. You pull the ultimate dad move.
The dad move.
Arm
around the arm around the arm rest, and then boom.
This reminds me of a story. One of the digital coaches, he made a really good story about this has a lot to do with status, because we were talking about status in the training the last 2 weeks, and how people do things for status. And here's a really good point. He was saying how people do things for health, wealth, status, and relationships, and everyone has a little bit of need to feel a part of something or to have a high status, and that's when the people get Lamborghinis, right? Mm-hmm. And that's where. So, anyways, the story goes like this. He asked his wife. His wife goes, I don't need a Lamborghini, because he was going to buy her one. I don't need a Lamborghini. It's not important to me. I don't need people thinking all that about me. So I don't agree with you. I don't do things for status. But then later on in the conversation, she goes, I'm good with my minivan because that'll make me more relatable to the other moms. Status was the minivan. So the Lamborghini, you think that is bringing in the attention from the people you want to bring in, but it's not necessarily so. And this reminds me of when you see attractive female realtors who think they're models, and every single Instagram, Facebook post is of them looking.
Look at this house.
Yeah. What Alex is doing, he's modeling his bouteille.
For anyone who can't see Alex posing, giving his best side.
You gotta remember this is a radio.
I keep forgetting. Well, they should also watch the YouTube video. Do we have this anywhere?
Yeah.
There you go. Mm-hmm. I never watched these back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good advertisement for it. Thanks, Alex.
What? Because I don't like the sound of my own voice. Like, I do video, even though, you know what everybody says when they say I don't want to do video because I don't like the sound of my own voice.
You don't like the sound of your own voice.
Yeah.
No, you gotta get over
Johnny Depp doesn't watch his own movies.
Well, Johnny Depp is eccentric.
I'm comparing myself to Johnny Depp right now, okay?
I wouldn't do that comparison right now.
I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah, you gotta get over that.
No, but it's I watch anyway.
We were talking about before you modeled your bouteille. We were talking about the female realtors whose every single post is of them posing or looking extremely fly. And when I talk to them about like social media and stuff like this, whenever I'm like, stop. Like, you have to understand, the men who are looking at you they have wives usually, and their wives are never going to let them get in a car with you or you to sell their house ever.
and they're not hiring you
Yeah,
Exactly.
hire for your
to
skills.
actually buy the house, and most likely they'll never buy.
You're
They'll say, "Oh, let's go out to
losing
dinner."
business. You're
Yeah,
losing business.
Yeah,
Go
the
ahead, Jen.
attention is completely lost in the goal. Your goal, if you're in it, is to sell a property, to help someone purchase a property. Putting posts out there, putting content like that is just counterintuitive to what your ultimate goal is, which is, hello, make money.
And it's not even just the women posing a certain way. It's also men. Um, you know, maybe they're making like political statements that are
Oh,
so
God.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's so
those,
bad right now.
those make me
Every 4 years it
cringe.
is.
Oh.
Or like some of the stuff that they do on the weekends or at nights, going a little too crazy. I was guilty of it, 5-6 years ago in my 20s, but I realized that nobody wants to work with like a party animal who that's all he cares about, and you know, talking about just waking up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They want somebody that works hard.
That's
It
right.
took
And
you.
that's
It
our
took you time to
flex.
realize that.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, I would say that's our flex, right?
From what I understand, men mature way later.
I guess.
You're 100% right, Alex.
Yeah.
So
Speaking as
Jen
the
and I,
only lady.
we were
in
talking
the-
about this at the listing video that Jen and I did together. It's on it's in East Boynton Beach that we got from Google Lead Services. Anyways, we were in that listing together doing a video, and we were talking about this same exact thing. Because Jen made a post about her gray hair. Or was it a post or just a text?
I texted you. It was
And-
horrific.
We were talking. We were talking about other females who do what we were just saying, and I was honest with Jen. I was like, you know what, Jen, you sending or posting. I thought it was post. Maybe it was a text. Whatever. You said it was a text.
Oh, I've posted it many times. I'm not afraid of these bad boys.
But that, to me, that is more appealing than I seen chicks with their like stuff hang out on every single post. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, because if you think about it on a deeper level, like, why do they need that much attention?
Yeah.
And think about
and
it.
my prerogative is so much different, right? So I'm using my platform for people to get to know me, to know, love, and trust, right? So that's my goal. And I'm just pretty authentic to who I am. Me and my grays. I pulled out a very long white hair from my forehead this morning, and I was like, children, look at this.
You're a unicorn.
I was a unicorn. I felt it flapping on my forehead. So yes, but I am just authentically me, and that's why people. I connect with people on a very real level, and I think that's what resonates, and that's why I'm able to have a great inner circle, outer circle, and a thriving business because of that.
Yeah.
I'm not putting content out with my lady parts hanging.
Yeah, and,
I'm sure the husband appreciates that.
Yeah,
That exactly. He does. He's not on social very much, but he does appreciate that.
But think about it. So, like, if guys are reaching out to women who are doing those things for maybe relationship purposes, like, think deeper in that. Let's say if you and I, Alex, were single, would we? I don't know. Maybe you would, but me personally, I would not go for that, because think about it. It's like they're desperately looking for attention, and B, are they really going to stop doing that stuff if they're with you? And C, are they going to continue looking for attention even if they're with you, if they need it that much? Right. There's a whole head fuck game there, and you know what I mean? Like, I just sit here and wonder, like, why? What's their mission? Are they looking for a sugar daddy? Like, what is
You know what it is? It's being addicted to the likes. That's all it is. I feel like that. Yeah, to the likes and who's sharing it and who's looking at it, who's commenting.
It's endorphins.
Yeah, social media is a new drug.
100%. There's like actual studies that
Yeah.
do that.
I post a lot, but I don't have my boobs hanging out. I don't think I'm addicted.
Have you tried?
Wait, Chris's next post. Just wait for it.
I was like, but this. Sorry, Jen, go.
No, I was going to say, you know what else costs as much as fake knockers? Something that you purchased for $10K.
Oh my God, I was just going to say this.
Oh my God, are we hearing
Look at the segue game. Is both of us.
Oh, dude, you're on fire today, Jen.
I tried.
Well, guess what? I shouldn't say your name. The listing we were talking about.
I think I already did.
The listing that we were talking about that we were competing with, it was like a 40-minute call, wrapping up the details, and my wife and I were at Lowe's, and basically in a nutshell, she's like, enough of this shit. I got to do mom stuff. She left me there. I'm like, all right, I'll figure something out. I can Uber home, whatever. Anyways, I keep pacing by the golf carts, and I'm like,
you are such an idiot. I cannot with you.
and I'm like, why would I Uber? I could just take a golf cart. We've been wanting a golf cart for this long, and I'll tell you what.
Now, is it we wanting it or you wanting it?
Well, we always eye it every time we're there, and I kept promising my wife for a while. Yeah, the answer is that for her, she's been asking for one for a while. And listen, I'm not saying my wife had to ask me to get things, but when it's a $10,000 purchase, we have a strong conversation about it. All right.
I would assume.
So, well, of course I didn't. I just bought it. But anyways, so anyways, this is what I'm telling you, Alex, on the phone. I'm like, so if I seal this on the phone with this client, I'm just gonna buy what I'm gonna pay for it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna make it a wash, and I'm gonna drive home in a golf cart.
Yeah, so I'm calculating the commissions.
It's like, wait. Carry the one.
I assume she went with your standard package. So I know what you're charging.
Standard package. So anyway,
it's annoying. It's making me want to lower my standard package because I know yours is yours.
We're not competitive at all, people.
Yeah, it's like who you? Like, I can't believe you're this competitive. I'm shocked by it.
No, I was talking to Erica because she also charges the same for the lowest. And mine is slightly higher, 0.25% higher.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, just to wrap up the story, and guys, so you guys don't know, I ended up driving home in a golf cart, and
nice.
But it's sitting in my backyard because I got pulled over the other day on it.
You can't take this guy anywhere, not even Lowe's, not down the street.
So now it costs you even more than $10,000.
For now, I got it insured. Which only made my insurance go up $25 a month, which is fine. So I had to get car insurance and I had to get it registered, and I had to go to the DMV in person with my wife to get it registered as a low-speed vehicle modified golf cart with a tag. And you have to take pictures that it has. I had to install a mirror, so you have to have side mirrors, like a car, everything a car would have, and it can't go over 25 miles an hour. Anyways, so I had to do all that because the cop said, if I see you driving this again, I'm going to have to give you a ticket. And I'm like, okay.
Damn,
and then I did the math. I'm like, how much is a ticket? How much is registration? You know. Anyways,
it's always a numbers game.
That's what happened.
There. Well, at least you now have a golf cart and a listing.
Yeah, now I got to go to the DMV.
Yeah.
Overall, I feel like you're having a winning kind of week.
Yeah. More so than me. So,
So
wait, hold on. I just want you to know that you guys were talking about you and your page 1 of Google page. I have finally gotten to page 1 on my Google profile, and I was so happy.
Congratulations. That's huge.
Thank you.
Oh, look! Did you guys see who's looking through my window?
No, who's that?
Wait, who is that?
Your boy Steven Machad.
Oh, Stefan.
Oh, Stefan.
Yeah.
Steven Machad, for you guys don't know, he is Jen and my Home Spikoozy executive admin. Basically, he makes sure that we get to do podcasts like this, and he does the real work.
Yeah.
Speaking of real work,
we get to enjoy yourselves for an hour.
One thing I tasked from today is that listing that you lost, Alex. I want to know if a sign can go in the front yard or not. So he's gonna find that out, and if so, which sign writer? I got all my new sign writers should go on top. Let's go. There's one here. It says it's friendlier here.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, right? It's not my favorite, but it's there.
So far, it's appropriate. Remember, this is a 55 and older community.
Mom would be proud.
This one says "Mom would be proud." Do you think that would go? How about this one?
I don't get it.
What do you mean? Because you bought it. Your mom would be proud. You bought a house.
Yeah, but it's 55 plus community.
Yeah,
their moms are dead.
Listen, I'm just showing you the options. All right, so
make your friends jealous.
That's a good one.
I'm
cute.
Still leaning towards the first one.
It's 55 over, so they didn't die in it.
If your seller has a sense of humor, I feel
she does. She was cool.
Haunted is awesome.
It says not haunted. I did think about 55 and over communities when I ordered this one. But
that's so funny.
I don't know if it's appropriate. I'll ask her.
You should.
Like,
you know what you should do?
What?
You should put better than Century Village.
Don't embarrass yourself.
Oh my God.
You're never
That
getting
or-
a Century Village listing again. Okay,
Yeah,
ready?
It's
that
fine.
or Kings Point.
Yeah, kind of a big deal.
Is it backwards for you guys? It's backwards for me.
No,
No, you're
No?
good.
So mine
it's
just
frontwards.
okay. It's frontwards.
We're just slow readers. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah. Do it for your wife.
Do it for your wife.
Uh,
I got two more. Two more.
How many did you buy?
you complete me.
Complete me. Cute.
Okay.
It is cute. And then the last one, which I'll tell you something about. Okay, go ahead.
I'm beautiful inside and out. Oh, that's nice. I like that
That's
one.
cute. Yeah,
It is cute. I'm
torn
gonna-
between that one and the first one.
That's
I'm gonna-
less cheesy.
It's less. Okay, so the reason why I did that one, I don't know if I'm giving too much. I have a client who's getting a divorce, and she was a little hard on herself. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give her a cool little sign writer for her house. It says I'm beautiful inside and out. And I don't know if she appreciated the gesture, but it's sitting on top of her sign right now.
Oh, I was about to say it's in your hands right now.
Yeah.
No, I got two of each.
He's got double.
Yeah, we got double.
Something I'll share something with you. Something that I just purchased. I haven't been able to put on for sale sign because there's more communities where you can't have them.
I know.
But I got these solar powered lights that you can put on top of it, and at night they turn on.
I've had those before too, and you're gonna quickly not use them.
Why?
So schmancy.
Well, because
Well, maybe he's got better ones, Chris. You know,
Yeah, that's
technology has advanced.
this was years ago.
Yeah,
This
man.
might even be with light bulbs and not LED. I'm not
Exactly.
sure,
Yeah,
but-
What was wrong with yours?
You had to like screw it in. Well, actually, it was like because on the top of this, I don't know how to explain it. On top of some of the signs, they had like those thumb screws where you could screw in stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hooks.
Yeah. Well, anyways, this thing would go over that with like 4 different thumb screws, and then the lights had to be angled in different thumb screws, and every time it came back, a light was angled like this and like
No,
this.
mine's different.
Yeah, well, this
That
was
just
years
sounds
ago.
overly complicated.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, and I never did it again. It sat in my trunk of my car until I threw it away.
Yeah, let me see if I can
That-
show you a
what
quick
is-
picture.
What's that saying? Keep it simple, stupid.
It was not
Right.
simple at the time. It was not. It was not. It was not.
Oh man. But you are right, Alex. I feel like more and more communities are not allowing these signs up.
Yeah,
It's just becoming a pain in the butt.
super pain. It's a great way to get. I've sold a lot of buyers and sellers from sign calls.
Mm-hmm.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Define a lot.
Yeah, that's why I was, like 3, and like
I mean, a post.
in the last year.
Oh, Jen, one of your recurring clients, she was from a sign call. It was with a previous
Yeah, I
agent.
see that.
Oh, yeah, I see that. You should send me the link. I'll put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Send the link. Attach that sucker. That looks
Yeah,
good.
because I became an Amazon influencer account, so please do.
Yeah,
Oh.
the affiliated link. I'll do that
Yeah.
for you.
Oh, my man. That's the least you
know.
could do.
I know. I mean, I got a golf cart from a listing you lost.
I almost spit out this drink right on my camera.
And I'm gonna get $3 a sale. So off the 2 people that are gonna do it, if they do.
I didn't buy the golf cart until I knew I wasn't allowed to split it with you. Just so you know. Thank you.
We could have got halvesies. You would have had it on the weekend, or I would have had it on the weekends. You would have had it on the weekdays. It's like
That's a
what about a child?
What was I saying? I was saying something else.
I
Wasn't
don't
important.
know. And we have a little bit of time. I'm kind of curious. We've had some interesting conversations. Alex, have you had any interesting conversations with other agents regarding the NAR new regulations? And
Yeah,
jazz?
here's a conversation. Here's a conversation I had today. So I requested a showing
Mhm.
on a property through showing time. Let me see if I can find it.
All right, I'm following. You requested on showing
The
time.
on showing time. Oh, here it is. She responded to it. She accepted it. She texted me after saying, "Hey, I have to be there, so let me know if any changes happen." I said, "Will do. Is the seller offering any sort of buyer's agent compensation?" She said, "Yes, I have it signed." Great, thanks. Simple as that. That's all it is.
Boom.
I feel like they're not all going to be that easy, but it's just one more conversation. They either are or they're going to say, no, they're not, which means you're just going to have to negotiate it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that
what?
you had a nice conversation.
Are you having bad conversations?
No, not yet. I've had an interesting. We're about to close on a deal, and the commission was advertised at and I got an awesome email from the buyer's agent. She was phenomenal. She has been phenomenal from beginning to end, and she highlighted it in the email. And she wrapped up the nice email with, "Hey, if your seller is willing to increase my compensation or provide a bonus, greatly appreciated," so on and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was interesting after it was already advertised. So I had, I said, of course, I will share this request with my seller. You were amazing. I'll let you know what they say. And then I had another conversation with my seller, and she was just like, "Jen, is this norm? Is this how, like, I thought I already like handled this. Now I have a full on guilt trip right now." I said, "Well, you shouldn't. You already decided on your commission. If you feel the need, that's completely up to you. But it's not the current standard, but I feel like this will be a part of our new conversations moving forward." So she was just taken back by it.
I don't think a lot of agents are going to do that, but it's not a bad play.
It's not a bad play.
Just ask. What's the
Mm-hmm.
worst?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, seriously, what is the worst? They say no, all right, you move on. They say yes, you got yourself a little bonus.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to say something, Alex. I waited, but it doesn't seem like it. You're just getting the mic closer to your mouth. You enjoyed that? Okay. So,
how you doing?
Hey,
guys.
Wow, this is a late night hour.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. So I was inside of the boot. I do an in-person boot camp for people. And one of the challenges I give them is just make yourself awkward and ask a very awkward question. And it's to go to a Starbucks or any coffee place, order your coffee, and just ask for a 10% discount. Just say, if they go $5.99, can I get 10% off? And they'd be like, why would I ask that? Or like, why would you get that? Just seeing if you would give me 10% off. And you'll be shocked how often they'll give you like some kind of discount button they'll press for you to get a discount. Now, I know from a total mooch perspective, that's not something you normally do. But my point was, and no one does
making these socially awkward people feel even more socially awkward. Good job, Chris.
Yeah, you have people.
The baristas, I mean.
The whole point of it, though, was just get out of your comfort zone, because you're not going to be a good realtor unless you are uncomfortable all the time. Mm-hmm. And two, just ask. And so if you just ask, what's the worst you can say? It's no. You know what I mean? I asked my wife 100 times to go on a date with me before she said yes. I was like, what is she going to just say? Keep saying no? She's answering the phone.
That's just called wearing her down.
I know.
That's what I'm going to say. She doesn't even know you guys are in a relationship.
Yeah. 5 kids later, but
It's funny. Speaking of just asking, when I was pursued to join this Keller Williams office, I was sent an offer and I countered, and then I got another offer and I countered even more than last time. And my wife, who was joining me on this real estate journey at the time, she tried it out, decided real estate is not for her. She likes the salary and a little bit of comfort. She's like, they're never going to go for that. I said, you don't know that, why not ask? And guess what? They went for everything I asked for.
Yep.
And it's like, if you don't ask, you'll never know. Don't assume. You make an ass out of yourself.
I probably shouldn't say this, but I have a pretty nice split for asking myself. So Jen, ask. I hope Mary doesn't listen to this. You got to go to Mary and ask for a higher split. But you get a pretty good deal. Oh, you know something? You might not know this. I was talking to another agent on our team about this today. If you're not with a team, you have to pay in, was it $20K to cap every year to Keller Williams? But if you're on a team, it's only $5K.
Yeah,
right.
Joining a team, you weigh $15K right off the bat. Not for me, not the team leader. I still have to pay my $20. But for the agents, that saves them $15K right off the bat. Just being on the team.
Yeah, and they get you also.
They get me.
They get the team leader.
With a nice.
You still can't afford me though.
You don't want to join. Oh, speaking about joining our team, and you're whatever you could. It's clearly smart, but you have an ego. I get it. So
very big ego.
guys, please.
I was at Compass for 8 months on a team, and I tried to use my own logo. They're like, no. I'm like, all right, I'm out of here.
But you can't use your own logo. You have to. But our logo.
Well, no.
Team. Jen, let me see your shirt. Stand up real quick. You're rocking it. What does it say on it?
I'm actually.
Does it say Chris Cusimano anywhere on there?
Jen, the Conocoff.
It's the same logo, but it has her name.
Exactly. I couldn't do that at Compass, even though I was on a team.
Oh, you couldn't even do that?
That
Yep.
You couldn't even
sucks.
put your name on it?
I could put my name on it, but it couldn't be all fancy.
What do you mean fancy? Ours isn't fancy.
Like-
What do you mean?
I mean,
Like it couldn't be a graphic that was different from the team.
Well, neither could ours. It would be this graphic. Which
I know. I want my own stuff. Huh? What if I don't like your graphic?
I
It's
see.
a nice graphic. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying, what if I don't?
Alex wants an A and an M in the back somewhere.
So I had an agent on my team. I'm not going to say whether this person's there or not, but this person says, "Well, one day, eventually, I'm going to want my own brand." And I'm like, "You do have your own brand?" And she's like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "What's the difference between you being so and so under Keller Williams, or so and so with Homes by Kuzi? You're named after Gary Keller, for God's sake. Like, what is the difference?" And this person goes, "That's a good point."
No.
I'm like, the whole point of me doing that is so because when you're a database team and your people growing their brands and all that, they don't have to think about their logo or the colors or the tagline, and it's their name, So they're not saying I'm Jen Konikoff. No, they don't say I'm Jen with the Chris Cusimano group. Like they don't know Chris Cusimano. I did it because of that reason, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Which I appreciate because I wouldn't. First of all, it's like a mouthful. I'm not trying to say all that. And the fact is, we are a database team. There's no reason for
Exactly.
my database to be trying to connect with the name Chris Cusimano. They don't know you. Sorry, Chris, they don't know you.
I don't, and that was the whole point. I'm like,
Yeah.
why would I? And I always thought to myself, I was like, why would I pump up somebody else that much? Like, I don't mind it, but a little bit in the back of my mind, I'll kind of be like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Right?
Don't
If I'm
worry.
being real.
I don't tell you to fuck off. I always say Kuzi. I'll say I'm with the Homes like Kuzi team, and in case you're wondering where Kuzi came from, our team lead's name Kusimano.
And by the way, that makes me feel even a little weird. Like when people say, "Chris, you're my mentor," it's just so weird. Or Chris, you're the boss. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, don't ever say that again. It just makes me feel really awkward.
Which is very, very rare because there's a lot of team leaders. So I was on a team for about 2.5 years with one of the Remax offices here in Boca. And I'm pretty sure to this day that the team leaders are telling new hires that without them, I'm starving.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that's absurd.
Yeah. And that's how I met Steve and Erica Shepard. I met Steve because we were both on the same team. And apparently both him and I are starving without those team leaders.
Man, you're looking extra skinny with all this starvation happening.
I mean,
Nice.
that's on purpose. I'm trying to lose some weight, but thank you for calling me skinny.
You're welcome.
One of my most embarrassing, I wouldn't say it's embarrassing, but one of my not so proud moments was with Steve Shepard. When he first got in real estate, he wanted to learn the business. And at that time, I really didn't have all the I did have a system of procedures, but it wasn't so organized. So he came in to meet, and I had my iPad and I'm watching a baseball game, just hanging out.
Oh, that must have been the first iPad ever.
Yeah, it
was forever ago.
Yeah. We had to plug it into the wall. Anyways, and then like, I wouldn't say I was arrogant, but I was like, dude, listen, it's a great career. You can sit and watch ball games and and blah blah blah. And anyways, he never came back. He left and he joined Remax. And and
I got to meet him.
But it was I know his wife well. Went to school with her, Erica, sweetheart. So, but we I don't know. That was I think those are one of the moments when I realized I had to become people are starting to look at me as like a little bit more than something, then maybe I should act like a professional a little bit,
Yeah.
So
I hear that. I'm the same way. I always say that my career, so this December will be 11 years as a licensed real estate agent, but I know I'm old, man. I found the gray neck hair. And my ears, let me tell you, I don't know what is going on, but my ears are starting to get hairy. I have to shave them every other day. Anyway.
Your ears?
Yeah, man.
Alex,
talking
you're
about
in
hairs.
the right company here. Listen,
Cool.
I mean, minus the
Good.
ear thing, but white hairs are everywhere.
I've
Yeah.
always seen
Go on,
like
I
old
wanna hear
dudes
this.
with white. I've always seen old dudes with ear hair. And
Me
I was like,
too.
How does that happen? And now I know.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so back to what
I don't have
so
ear hair.
I always say my career is two halves. It's the first half before I met my wife, where I was starving and I didn't take the business seriously. I cared more about swiping right and just messing around. And then I met my wife, and that's when my career really started in December of 2018. And that's when I realized I had to really take this seriously. And then even more so. Well, I found my why. There you go. Why you asked why? There's people that they can be successful for themselves, and they wake up at 5 a.m., work till 9 p.m., and they're single, and that they just have that drive. I'm one of those people that I feel like I'm a nurturer, and I like to help people and support them, and be somebody that I'm dependent on. So I wanted to give us an amazing life, and she does great in her career as well. I'm not saying I take all the credit, but I wanted to be that person that takes us to the places that we always dreamt about. So I knew I needed to work harder and work smarter, and it wasn't until my daughter was born till obviously that
Definitely
2x.
changed it.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
That
10x.
changes everything.
Yeah.
And then I realized my previous brokerage that I was with, I wasn't systematized. Mary was calling me for 4 years trying to bring me over, and I finally met with her, and she asked me all the questions. Where do you get your business from? No. How much are you spending monthly? No. What's your P&L? What's that? And I realized that I didn't have those systems in place to be able to maybe one day sell my business. You know what I mean? Or give somebody, here's a playbook, go do it. Here's everything that I do. So I realized that I needed to become systematized. And
you know what comes really powerful with that is that my wife is similar to yours, where she would not do well in real estate as an agent. But when you do get your systems in place a little bit more, or just join our team, then there's then you can have even more freedom and more flexibility in your life when you're providing employment to your wife.
Yeah,
that's steady.
It's funny actually. My wife Michelle, she took her KPA, and she was like off the chart for everything.
Really?
Like mega agent, team leader. Like Mary was like, I've never seen this before. And at the time, my wife was 24,
Wow.
25. Yeah, but my wife, she likes structure. She doesn't like entrepreneur life where you wake up every day and you plan your business, you plan your day. You wake up unemployed basically every single day.
I love that life though.
Yeah, I can't fathom. What do you mean I gotta work for somebody else? What do you mean?
I gotta wake up at a time and be there at a time and clock in and then report to somebody and go.
What do you mean if I work harder I don't make more money?
Yeah, why would I work harder then?
Exactly. And if that's for you, for the listeners that aren't in real estate or they have family members, and that's you, that's amazing.
Most people.
Yeah,
it's 67%.
Yeah, we are. I feel like as entrepreneurs, we're almost like masochists because we gotta.
It's constant.
It's constant stress. It's constant, but it's also we were watching that new Sirhan show on Netflix, and obviously he does $12 million deals daily, weekly, whatever. Mm-hmm. And my wife was watching it, and he put together a contract between the buyer and seller, and you could see the rush. And she's like, "Wow, can you imagine?" I'm like, "Maybe not that number, but yeah, I live for that rush of getting a deal done and negotiating and representing my client to the best and making them happy and or getting that referral." That's why when something amazing happens, I get a cool referral, I text you I'm excited. Hey, guess what happened? It is a rush. That's our addiction as real estate agents.
Preach, my friend. I think that actually, I would say one of the biggest rush is that referral, because you hit that particular client, you served them so well, they were raving about you to the point now you have another call from that, and that's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
look at me.
I'm
Yeah,
sitting
it's
here
nice.
like reminiscing over that rush because I don't have that anymore, but I used to. And is that
But
sad? Yeah, like
but I feel like you're sorry to interrupt. I feel like your rush could be seeing the people that work under you succeed and
that is true.
have that like for them to say thank you, Chris, for being you and being so gracious and helping me achieve my goals. Like if I was able to be systematized to have a team like that, like I love helping people. That would be such a rush for me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think the happiest moments I get are after with the coaching program. We meet with group coaching Tuesdays, and after I always get at least one or two texts. At least, thanks, man. This is life changing, amazing. I was in a rut. You got me out of a rut, and that makes me feel the most alive. But I do
I'm
miss
sure.
the times when I would get a listing and I would just be through the moon. And now it's just like just part of the job. Like
Hmm.
now, you made me like I was like got sad for a minute. I'm like I want to feel that way again.
All right, Chris, you can come join my team.
Oh,
you know. So, anyways, I got to do a listing appointment before I go pick up my kid from daycare. We're gonna wrap this up soon if you guys are cool with it.
Yeah.
But speaking, I got one more thing I'm gonna ask you, Alex, because I feel really, really bad. So
What's up,
I
bud?
know I just got a golf cart based on the work that you thought you had. So with that said, I want to invite you if you want Sunday. We have a team event from 5 to 7.
Hmm.
It's in West Palm. You want to go? You can drink for
I
free.
live closer to West Palm than you do. I live in Boynton, so yeah.
Oh, good. It's at the tap
Yeah.
room. Sunday 5 to 7. I'll send you an invite. Mary can't go anymore, and
Okay.
neither can someone else on our team. So we have a spot open, and I thought of you.
Do you have 2 spots? If my wife is.
There's not.
Oh,
We can't do the wife thing because then everyone else will get pissed.
oh, okay.
no
It,
spouses.
Michelle, I'm sorry, my love.
yeah.
If
It's
she's not listening. She never listens to this. Every time I send her a link,
well, everyone. I know
she hates my voice.
my wife listened
No,
to one
she
episode.
does not.
All right.
But no,
Thank you.
the answer to that though, like the cost would have not
Yeah,
just
yeah, I'm
doubled,
sure.
it would have quadrupled because then we had to get a bigger space than what we
Yeah.
got. So I said, if you guys are going, it's just you guys. Leave your spouses at home, except mine
Yeah.
because she works for us. Of course.
Yeah.
I'll
Text me the information. I appreciate it.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
just put
text
you in
me
the
too.
group. You don't
I'm
have
gonna.
it?
I'm going at a million. I don't know. I'll be wherever we need to be on Sunday. That much I know.
The tap room, West Palm Beach. Everyone gets a $50 little bracelet. You put it up.
I get 2.
Yeah, you know. Oh yeah. Well, listen, Walton,
Oh, now.
Walton and Renata don't drink because they're young.
Just youngins.
The youngins, so we have extra bracelets for them, and I'm sure someone else won't show up. So.
Nice. I'm gonna be. You guys want one? Like, it's gonna be like. It's those like beaded bracelets that people wear to raves. I'm just gonna.
No, you could be like a fake Rolex dealer.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh
yeah.
Right.
It's like those Power Ranger morphers that used to have like. Anyway.
We'll have to catch you in
Went too far.
action.
Can I say one more story? Is this getting too long?
I don't know. You have something to do.
You have something to do. I mean, I'm going to have a
know.
kid bust through the doors in 20 minutes.
I already had one. If you didn't notice, came in the middle of this. All right, I'm going to say one more story because I wanted to talk about this, and I will forget next week. So, and I meant to say it earlier because you're talking, Alex, about a showing time conversation you had about compensation.
Oh yeah.
And I had one too, and I almost got in trouble for it. And I'll tell you, I'll read it to you. So she requested to see a listing of mine, and she wrote, "Thank you. And what is the buyer agent compensation being?" And this is on showing time. Agent compensation being offered for this home. And I wrote 1 million ... And I waited lira. and then I waited a little bit longer. And I'm like, or 2.5%, you choose. And she goes, "Oh, that's a tough one, but it depends on the exchange rate in the day. But to be safe, let's do 2.5%." I said, "Fine, if you insist." So, well, go ahead, Alex, before I finish.
I'm not sure you're allowed to have that conversation in showing time. I think it has to be the
that was the problem. So,
yeah.
But here's the thing: I thought you could because my compensation. By the way, you still can. I found that.
Oh, you can? Okay.
But
That's
let me
good to
get to that point. So, I thought that was funny, and I thought you also could do that because I did not put compensation on showing time. I was texted a question through Showing Time, meaning I did not facilitate the information. I didn't have it anywhere. It was asked.
It was asked.
So
through the messaging tool in Showing Time.
Right.
But it was 2 clicks. So meaning they clicked off showing MLS to got into Showing Time, and then they clicked on the text feature. That's 2 clicks away from the MLS.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So anyways, I thought we're good to go. And anyways, I take a screenshot and I thought, oh, lab coat agents would think this was funny. And sure shit, a lot of people did. But oh my God, there was like a handful of people like losing their minds. Are you like they like author? Are you stupid? You're gonna lose your license. You're about to get sued. And I know that's not true.
No.
And then I ended up deleting it because it got like because I kept on like replying to these people like.
But that's lab coat agents. Like for those not in the know, there's always those people.
Yeah. Well, one of them he's named after a bug, and if you want to look up, type in random bug names, and you'll find this person. And he lost his shit. And I wrote back to him, and he was very aggressive with it. And I wrote, "What's the difference between this and a text message?" He goes, "Are you effing stupid? What don't you understand? Showing Time is a part of the MLS, and you don't own the MLS." I'm like, "Who pays for the MLS?" And then he goes, "You're not effing getting it. It's part of the blah, 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 blah." And then I explained my side, and he just went off. He goes, "You know what? I'm calling your board and I'm reporting you." I'm like, "You know what? It's not worth it."
Oh my God! All right, hold on.
I'm like, I deleted
Is this
Does
a
Zillow
flying
own?
bug or not a flying bug?
it rhymes with picket. I
Oh,
shouldn't
okay.
have said that much. Let's delete that part out.
It's okay.
This is not a common name. But anyways, so yeah, so I was like, you know what? Screw it. I don't want to get sued, and maybe he's right. And so then I reached out to our broker Richard Bass on this, and I was like, I just want to make sure that I was right. Here's my reasoning for it. He goes, "No, you're fine. You're right." And for 3 different reasons why I was right. So
Doesn't
That's
Zillow own Showing Time?
Doesn't matter. It's still linked to the MLS.
yeah, but so is her phone
But it
number,
was
Alex.
yeah, but it was still 2 clicks away.
Right. No. Yeah. That's different.
Yeah.
And Mr. whatever his name was.
Mystery man.
But
Alex,
that was
you
my
gotta
first
take a
argument.
screenshot and send it to me.
I'm trying to find it.
My first argument, Alex, was to him was like, "Hey, he's like, it's linked to the MLS." I'm like, "So is your phone number." So they can't just they can text you through Showing Time, but they can't text you through your phone number. And he was like, "Yeah, because Showing Time is affiliated with the MLS." I'm like, "So are we? We're realtors." He's like, "Yeah, but you don't own the MLS." He's like, I'm like, "Well, who pays for the MLS?" Like indicating us. "You're not getting it. You can't do it." And I'm like, and I wrote something like, "Yeah, you can, because there was also multiple clicks, and I did not bring up the conversation they did." And this guy, that's when he lost his mind. He goes, "I'm going to report you. For fuck's sake," he wrote. Exactly. "For fuck's sake, what don't you get? I'm reporting you." I'm like, you know what? Stop.
I would follow him to the end of life and try to see whatever thing you can do. Find out who his main competitor is in his area and be like, "I need some dirt."
I had 0 interest in doing that. But
It's
Yeah.
wild.
you have a
though.
lot more
It's-
Alex, you
I
have a
feel
lot more
like
time, I guess.
Let me.
it's just gonna get worse in the next coming months.
I had an agent that screwed me out of a rental commission, and it was like $150, but it was the principal,
Yeah.
and we need to delete this part because now it's
I'm not
incriminating.
deleting anything. I'm not going through that extra work. So you
Okay.
don't say anything that will get you in trouble.
Okay. Well, he got a mailer confetti thing sent to his house.
I can't.
Yeah, I got a confetti bomb.
You know what?
I love this.
Yeah, I was thinking about a gummy bag of dicks, but I don't want him to enjoy it. So
I got screwed over by an agent, and yeah, I'm just gonna leave it right there. There's some karma did come to this person, but it wasn't
Good.
through my actions, thankfully. But I did enjoy seeing the
it's
ships.
the nature of the business. Everybody's in it for themselves.
I'm not. No, fuck that.
No,
I don't agree with
not
that at all.
everybody. Nah, most, especially the farther south on 95 you go.
Christ.
Awesome.
Hello, Christ. I calling about. They always call me
I've
Christ.
had-
I feel like you should cut this part out
Oh, sorry.
with that accent.
yeah, definitely.
That's not a good Spanish accent, Jen.
It sounded Russian to me. I don't know.
That was Spanish?
I mean,
San
I know.
Diego.
I for sure thought that when you were saying that, you'd be able to take your family to places and how you've been able to, get them there. I swore Chris was going to interject with San Diego, Wales.
San Diego, Wales, vagina.
I love that
It's
part.
an old
for you.
warship.
We do have to go, guys. I
Yes,
gotta
I was
do
about
this
to go.
presentation. You guys got probably busy
I got to
too.
record 6 videos. See you guys.
Oh well,
Quick.
You can't just leave. You gotta say,
Yeah.
hey, if you people might be
Oh.
listening this far.
That's right. Okay.
This is true.
Go ahead,
So
Chris.
if you guys want to, I have an idea for everyone who's listening, thinking about selling your house in Broward or Palm Beach County. Call Alex and myself and Jennifer, and don't tell us
In that
you
order.
interview- and don't tell us
Well,
three
throw
that
me
you're.
in the middle. No.
But here.
I'm gonna go
ahead.
ladies first. So Jen, call Jen first. We'll go down that route.
Okay.
Then
Don't-
alphabetically.
But here's my thing. Don't tell us that you called us and just interview us for a listing appointment, and then hire who you generally think is best.
Oh, I love
Yes.
that.
Yes. I
And
agree.
then we'll probably just split it 3 ways. Well, I would. Alex will keep it for himself and mail me a confetti
Uh,
bomb. But
Survival
no.
of the
I,
fittest.
I give you the bag of dicks. At least you get some gummies out of it.
Oh shit! I know for a fact what Chris is getting for Christmas.
100%.
Oh,
should
I'll
he
chip
come to
in.
this event that I'm paying for on Sunday? Should he? come?
Alex, I'll split C's with you.
Oh, jeez.
Oof. Love it.
Yep.
All right, we
All
gotta
right,
go.
we do have to go.
Yeah.
We have to
Right.
go.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Hasta laters. Bye.